Remix, yo.
I'm breaking down Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode by episode. I've somehow managed to find 99 details you've missed in Season 1, Episode 3, The Slump.
Die Hard is the best cop movie of all time.
This is the first of many Jake Die Hard references. I'm also going to take this opportunity to add some counted items that I missed, and clarify that if the same countable item appears in several shots, I'm only counting it once. Terry's addition of
Francois Truffaut's Breathless
is actually quite notable, as the film itself was written and directed by Jean-Luc Godard. They actually explain this mistake in a later episode.
But Truffaut wrote Breathless. And I've always considered movies a writer's medium.
Terry also takes this opportunity to drop his first third-person reference and add a second entry to the Terry Loves list.
Terry likes foreign films.
Gather round for the greatest cop film of all time.
On top of some standard Jake clutter, we also get a look at these incredibly secure passwords, and a cutout comic panel. I couldn't find its origin, so if you have any ideas, give me a shout. I've made a channel on my Discord to crowdsource answers for loose ends like this, so if you want to help contribute to the series and interact with the community, there's a link to join in the description. Surprisingly, Jake's desktop is a lot cleaner than his physical desk, only having a document titled Notes, the Recycle Bin, and the generically named Law Enforcement Database System. Other than being way too high quality for a police dashcam in 2009, the video also has surprisingly good audio. After looking into it, the M1 and M2 likely refer to separate car and officer-mounted microphones. While I'm unsure how prevalent these microphones were in the late 2000s, it would explain how well we can hear the kick.
Come on, guys, that happened 4 years ago.
Takes the wallet, and here she goes!
I forgot to mention this in the last episode, but the pilot exclusive shot was filmed on South 5th Street next to the Williamsburg Bridge.
Hey, I love the sweater. Who you slaying tonight, lady killer? Damn it.
This is director Dean Holland. He directed a handful of Brooklyn Nine-Nine episodes as well as these similar projects. Actual serial killer Richard Caputo was known as the Lady Killer. Of his 4 confirmed victims, 3 were in New York, making him a fitting namesake. The poster to its left appears to be a legitimate Office of Victims of Crime poster, but what stuck out to me were the Run for Life logo we talked about last episode, and the stapled on bit of paper that just says police.
All right, let's get started.
This Einstein quote is genuine and has been cited as being from a speech he gave while presenting an award to German novelist Thomas Mann.
Scully, where are you on digitizing the old case files?
As of yesterday, I'm officially 1% done.
That's nothing.
At least you get to sit on your butt all day.
That's actually the worst part. My doctor said I have an anal canyon.
This is the first of Scully's many gross medical conditions. He likely means fissure, as canyon is not a recognized medical term. Thank you also for pointing out that his first line was actually in the pilot.
Golly, why are you always telling us about your disgusting body? I don't see anything.
That's because it's all wart.
Thankfully, this is almost impossible, as warts almost exclusively form on the weight-bearing parts of the foot. And on a far less gross note, we could see Holt's mug from episode 2 behind Jake.
How are you married?
Peralta, where are we on the Adams Street burglary?
Not at all close.
And the Vickers Street aggravated assault?
Stalled out, and the Callaway robbery also remains unsolved.
Sounds like someone's in a little bit of a slump.
I'm not in a slump.
You're not? Scoreboard.
Since the last episode, Jake has gone up 6 arrests to Amy's 16. If the Einstein quote wasn't inspiring enough, Jake also has this uncredited platitude to motivate him.
I opposite slump.
Unlike the other 2 I've covered, this episode has a tendency to cut to the same characters in a different place when moving from one scene to another. Usually they alternate between A and B plots to make the jumps in time less jarring. But here we go from Jake leaving the briefing room straight to him at his desk.
Helen Storino. I showed her pictures of Judd, and she said, and I quote,
"That's my grandson!"
Throw another case on the old solved it pile. Hey, my croissant.
This shot was intentionally framed to avoid showing the croissant flopping when it hit the desk. The sound effects added in post are so obvious and cartoonish that I kinda love them.
You wanted to see me, Captain?
Yes, the DA wanted me to personally thank you for your work on the J Street drug bust.
This was the drug bust we saw in the last episode.
There's a community outreach program that's very important to me.
The gold yo-yo from the pilot that Kayamu Zero pointed out has been replaced with a disco ball, both of which were likely to honor Holt's capture of the Disco Strangler.
I was wondering if you'd like to head it up.
I won't just head it up. I will be altogether good with it.
I need someone to fill out a lineup. Will you be Scary Terry?
Oh, I love being scary, Terry. He says what regular Terry's thinking. I've got a special case I'm working on. Hitchcock, Boyle needs you to fill out a lineup.
Oh, great. I'll take my shirt off.
Hitchcock likely wouldn't be a suitable replacement, as everyone in a lineup has to have at least somewhat similar physical features.
I can't hear you. Shirt's over my ears.
Hi, Rosa.
This clock in the background is actually correct to the scene. Rosa is actually reading an arrest warrant.
You know how every year the precinct does that junior police program seminar? The thing where we try to get at-risk kids...
Losers.
...to sign up to become junior police officers.
Snitches, what about it?
The NYPD does have a handful of youth outreach programs, but none of them specifically aim to recruit at-risk kids to be junior police officers. The programs are voluntary and have limited spaces, so it's unlikely they would run one with participants as uncooperative as the ones we see here.
I signed you up to do it with me. Here's the info.
Now I gotta read something?
And Rosa's head snaps forward when the camera cuts.
Greetings. I guess I can help you with those at-risk kids.
I don't need your help. It's nothing personal. It's just you're not a cop.
This detective in the black shirt teleports back to the end of the corridor.
I hate you. Not joking. Bye.
Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Storino.
For only this shot, there is a small black line at the bottom of the frame.
Oh, my darlings, thank God I found you.
I have no idea who this lady is. This is Helen.
Who's Helen?
She is, as her actor's name is Helen Slayton Hughes, and she also appeared in Parks and Recreation. Charles' expression and the position of his left hand changed when the camera cuts.
That's my husband, Solomon.
I'm not really her husband. Okay, this is Ethel Musterberg from the Prospect Heights Senior Center.
Prospect Heights is a neighborhood in Brooklyn, but it doesn't have a senior center of this name.
There was an ID card in her back pocket.
Why was your hand in her back pocket?
Charles definitely uses those dainty fingers, as the hand he pickpockets her with is only out of frame for 0.3 seconds before he pulls away.
It looks like this case remains unsolved, Peralta.
Oh my God. I'm in a slump!
Not only do Rosa and Amy have the recruitment poster behind them, but there's a notice on the whiteboard promoting the blood drive. These blinds are slightly more closed when we cut back to Charles.
Let's say I knew someone that was experiencing like a minor slump.
I haven't really been in a slump since my divorce.
The suggestion to beat is get married and then divorced.
Fly to Montreal, hit a classy hotel bar, bone a stranger.
Wait, did she just say...
Slump over.
And now they're the same as the first shot.
Sarge, what would you do?
10,000 sit-ups.
This sounds a lot like the 10,000 push-ups agreement we learn about between Jake and Rosa.
What's going on in here?
We're hoping Jake's friend got out of a slump.
Or try working the case until it's solved, Peralta. Closing cases is the best way to end a slump.
Fine. Right after I do Rosa's Montreal sex thing.
Yeah.
This is the Junior Police Program, AKA Mission Possible.
This isn't actually the Mission Impossible theme, but a similar track composed in-house to avoid paying royalties for the original version.
Narc!
Hey, yo, I'm an at-risk kid and I think it's cool to sell drugs.
Why does the kid selling drugs sound like he's black?
Pete Davidson is our second on-screen character cameo from an SNL alumni, and this episode actually serves as his acting debut.
Make me hit you again!
Hi, I'm Ya. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, you. For as low as $3 a month, you can become a member of this channel. You get access to exclusive channel emojis, this funky wonky little badge, and you get a shout out at the end of the video, like these two people here. So if you want to help support the channel, click the join button below. Okay, back to the video.
Why would I swap cases with you? That's a guaranteed arrest.
I have a murder here with no leads and no evidence, and thus shall have no paperwork.
Where are you going, Peralta?
I am on my way to ending this slump.
Hey, Slump, you're about to get nailed by the Jake hammer.
I mean, shouldn't you at least solve this missing grandmother case first?
Am I getting ahead of myself?
No, you are not, Jake Rabbit.
I spent upwards of 5 hours trawling Google Maps, but I can now confirm this establishing shot is of 100 Grand Street in New York. This building's name is a reference to both Sackett Street in Brooklyn and show producer Morgan Sackett.
Free! NYPD, hands where I can see them.
Hey, don't shoot! I was just practicing my minuet.
A minuet is a style of French dance and music made popular in the 18th century. George's actor is Jack Walsh. Sadly, this was his penultimate role before passing in 2014.
We got multiple calls about a dealer here.
The only drugs in this apartment are for my heart, my liver, my kidney, my salivary gland.
These two uniformed officers have 9 total ribbons above their badges, none of which appear to be from the NYPD.
Bird pooped on your shoulder. No, wait, pooped on your head, then dripped onto your shoulder.
Jake really is unlucky, because where did this bird perch to poop perfectly on his head?
I'm telling you, it's good luck.
We once again have a very low-res establishing shot. This is the crunchiest one yet.
Oh, come on.
This guy comes up out of nowhere, confesses.
Looks like everything's coming up Hitchcock.
Hey, Jake.
The bathroom has a poster for the blood drive, as well as these two.
The DA is gonna have to dismiss your last 2 busts.
Good to know.
From what I can tell, this is an incredibly rare malfunction, and would require the screw on the intake valve to be substantially loosened.
Can you hand me a paper towel, please, Gina? Yeah, that sounds right.
You're dripping on my carpet.
Oh, don't worry, sir. It's just urinal water.
Holt has a copy of Leadership behind him, which makes sense, as Rudy Giuliani was arguably the most famous mayor of New York. He was given the moniker of America's Mayor, and named Time Magazine's Person of the Year in 2001 for his handling of the September 11th attacks. Someone suggested I add a counter for each mention of said attacks, because it's now the 3rd episode in a row with them being referenced. But fingers crossed we're in the clear from now on.
Can't solve a case to save my life. Birds are unloading on me left and right, and 2 seconds ago... Do we have any old t-shirts in here?
Other than Jake tripping on precisely fuck all, I forgot I wrote that. The cutaway also shows that Terry did manage to affix the Princess Tower, albeit briefly.
Cursed.
It happened to a friend of mine back in the 1-8.
But then he found a case and he solved it, and now he's married to Kate Upton.
Kate Upton wasn't married at the time, but she would go on to marry Justin Verlander, who played as pitcher for the New York Mets. From my research, he has so far managed to avoid being beaten up by a women's volleyball team.
It was actually quite violent.
Man, girls are so scary.
Not a detail, just another instance of Boyle having the best line delivery in the show.
I'm pulling you from casework. You can digitize old files with Scully.
You're benching me?
I don't know how to connect with these kids.
Another unblurred brand. This time it's New Salt, which, in a truly bizarre bit of continuity, is a Brooklyn-based salt substitute.
Wait, what kind of person would they even listen to?
Hitchcock, stop bringing your food in little Tupperware containers. It hurts my fingers when I'm trying to open it.
Sorry.
Hey!
If these two posters weren't enough, there's also information for the blood drive on the whiteboard.
I thought only cops could help.
In this case, not being a cop might actually be better.
Cops are the worst.
Jake has a pair of glasses under his desk. While his character doesn't need them, Andy Samberg does in fact wear glasses, so I'm guessing he stashed them here to wear between takes. And for some reason, this stack of folders on his desk has one from Pannoni Associates Inc. They do have a New York-based office a short distance from the precinct, so it's not a continuity error, but I doubt it has any greater meaning.
Hey, Hitchcock, let me jump back on that murder with you.
No.
And you can see the perps arrested by Hitchcock in the holding cell.
Man, let me just see the...
No, don't touch it. You're contagious. Everything could fall apart.
Jake's badge manages to twist and untwist itself when he stands up.
I got in touch with Smitty. He says that you should rub this rabbit's foot.
While the rabbit's foot is a common good luck charm, it is mostly used to assist fertility, and can largely just be held on the person as opposed to being rubbed.
hand cramp.
Rub, rub, rub.
There's a family tree behind Charles for some reason, and this sharpener has moved sides since the last time we were in here. As I touched on last episode, the furniture in the evidence room shifts around a lot. Here we can see the desk from its last appearance is absent to leave space for Terry's Princess Castle. We also get a better look at the walls. The toy drive and triathlon posters have featured before, but we also get our best look yet at this one, mentioning New York's Italian heritage. And above it is a piece of paper, simply saying reward. It also gives us the best look at a calendar so far in the show, and reveals this episode takes place in October. This doesn't align with the calendar by the lockers, which I'm assuming is still in May of 2013.
This screw has 3 pointy sides.
Unsurprisingly, such a screw doesn't exist.
What kind of castle has wheels?
Also unsurprisingly, there is no historical record of a castle having wheels. On Jake's desk, we see what we later learn is Scully's hemorrhoid donut, which fits his task. And behind Amy's substantially cleaner desk, we see Jake has a sealed baseball.
Take the rabbit's foot.
Roger that.
This out of order sign has something scrawled on it that I can't quite make out. It's also surprisingly worn for just being put up.
Well, I'm not allowed to leave my desk, so we have to meet in here.
This is kind of a...
For the last time, Charles, we don't need a clubhouse.
Clubhouse!
This tent is the one from episode 2, and is also our first proper look at the roof.
Clubhouse.
The filing cabinet in the background has a Divisions of Laura Lee sticker. Apparently someone in the 9-9 is really into Swedish post-punk. It also has this Brother Brand ink, but unlike the pilot, it has been left unblurred. And although it's mostly blocked by the door, there's also a glimpse of the calendar, which also looks to be in October of 2013.
You know what I'm thinking?
No clubhouse.
And this is the same set we see used in the next episode. While Charles's outfit largely remains the same, Jake's differs a lot. The first is likely for going undercover, but the addition of a tie in the third makes me think it takes place post-Holt.
I need you to make these calls for me. Don't let Holt see you. But if my hunch is right, the slump is over.
Despite the urinal being cordoned off, the paper towel dispenser still hasn't been filled.
Your problem is not that you're troubled or bad dressers. Is that a trucker hat?
Gina uses her supernatural powers to put the hat back on this kid's head between cuts. This extra's hand teleports down into her lap and back up again. Gina lightly taps the iPod screen to stop the music, despite it very clearly not being on.
What are we thinking?
Your weird dancing was just weird.
Fine. Cops make $52,000 a year. You never have to stop at a red light. And you get to carry a gun.
The salary claim is generous, as the average for a first-year officer at the time was closer to $40,000 a year. Obviously, police officers do have to stop at red lights, unless they're responding to an emergency. That means Gina's only truly correct claim is that you get to carry a gun. The NYPD previously mandated off-duty carry for firearms-trained officers, but it is now encouraged instead of enforced.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh my God, how did you know that would work?
That's what made me sign up when I was a kid.
They're here.
There's another very cluttered corkboard behind Charles. We've seen these two posters before, but the Food for Thought community board also has a poster for the police summer kids camp. This exact program doesn't exist, but the NYPD does hold a youth police academy in the summer months.
Fantastic.
Someone has scrawled "Boys suck" on the stall door. It's probably Gina, if we're being honest.
I know what happened to your grandma. Nothing.
What are you talking about?
5 missing persons reports in 5 different states.
What are you accusing us of?
Filing a false report and obstruction of justice.
Blammo. Jake Hammer strikes again.
While its exact origins are unknown, blammo was a phrase popularized in cartoons and comics in the early 20th century. It's very much American and is the perfect amount of whimsical for Charles's character. Mrs. Storino is played by the wife of one of the show's staffers. Much like Ahmed in the pilot, she likely didn't have spoken lines for budget reasons. reasons.
I see we got 8 recruits for the junior police program.
As important as your praise is to me, it should actually go to Gina.
Yes, I am amazing.
As someone pointed out in the last episode, this post-it actually morphs into Gina saying, "I hate my job" as it goes down.
And I only asked for one thing in repayment, a 600% raise.
And we can also see this quote taped to Gina's monitor. While it doesn't have an agreed upon origin, forms of it were circulated as early as 1920.
Or I could give you a 0% raise and make you my personal assistant.
I always forget on rewatch that Gina actually starts this show as a civilian administrator before this promotion. The majority of her responsibilities remain the same, but becoming Holt's assistant allows a deeper relationship between the two.
You start Monday.
The curse is over, the slump is done, Jake is back. That was a good one.
Never noticed this before now, but Holt gives Jake this small gesture. This gives us our earliest clue that Holt is in fact a Jedi, and we can see that he has a copy of Leading on the Edge of Chaos by Daryl R. Connor, which is very unfitting with the other books we've seen.
So, the rabbit's foot worked, huh?
My brain kind of rebooted and I had an inspiration about one of my old cases. And I now see that that was your plan all along, and that you're capable of smiling.
You should know this already, Jake. The counter's right there.
And if that was your plan, why bother with Smitty and the rabbit's foot?
I believe the term is, messing with you.
Oh.
On top of the pilot article I mentioned last time, we can now clearly see this wall has different art from the pilot, as well as this support pillar.
Hey, Sarge, I assembled a castle for you.
Charles's arm moves back when the camera cuts. We can also see some Chinese takeout containers on Terry's desk.
What happened to all the princess flourishes?
They were destroyed, so I turned it into a princess police station. Some jobs take dainty little fingers.
Charles's watch has the time at about 10 past 7, but just a second ago we saw Terry's watch set to 5 minutes later. Maybe Charles' dainty little fingers can reach through time and space itself.
Check this out. Working siren.
While everyone in the bullpen and even the criminals in holding react to the noise, Holt not reacting from his office is the smoking gun. But then again, it could just be his statue-like resilience from the last episode kicking in, and Charles goes from a slight squat to being stood properly when the camera cuts. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, please consider joining as a member to support the channel. A huge thank you to JuneMonkey32 and Enraged for becoming the first absolute sweethearts, which is really impressive because I haven't announced anywhere that channel memberships are a thing yet. I'll see you all in 2 weeks to cover what might be the freakiest episode yet. Hi. Yeah, and my cat is in the room. Oh, she did not like that.